The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching dolly fishing.
Shadows crawl. People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly vision headlights, King of Beat. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light. Up, Dolly visions dreaming real. True crime scene, black and feel so unreal. You do madness like shares of light. Jacks on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby? Missing shadows crawl. People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Vision headlights, King of Beat. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost souls shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light.
Boom! What is up, guys? Dolly is still alive, still breathing, still kicking. Okay. So I wanted to come up here, give everybody a little update. So, because so many people have been worried about me, saying prayers for me. And I just want to let everybody know so far, so good. Okay. So I had a heart doctor's appointment today, and I'll give y'all a little breakdown of what happened, what the doctor said, and what they told me I can and can't do. Okay. So, this was my first real heart doctor appointment since the heart attack I had. What was it? Exactly 30 days ago, I had a massive damn heart attack and ended up in ICU. So 30 days later, let me tell you guys, I am super glad to be here. The same thing I told my doctor today. I said, look, I enjoy my life. I'm not one of these miserable, depressed ass people. I think I got some good years ahead of me, and I'm probably at the best point in my life right now. Okay. So I need whatever health problems I got going on to kind of scoot up on out the picture and make way, because Dolly got shit to do. Right. So basically, I went in today. They hooked me up to an EKG machine to test my heart again. I guess, that's usually what they determine if you're having a heart attack, right? Of course, I wasn't having a heart attack, because if I was having a heart attack, I wouldn't have been able to drive myself to the doctor. I guess you could technically, right, be having a heart attack and drive yourself to the doctor. But they hooked me up to an EKG. That came back good. So, I've been testing my blood pressure, and sometimes it's usually been about right. But when I go into the doctor, they do my blood pressure, and it's a little elevated. But sometimes when you go to a doctor, the stress of going to the doctor elevates your blood pressure a little bit anyway. So it was technically my bottom number is a little high. So basically what they said is, okay, we're going to up your doses of your medicine a little bit to get this bottom number a little bit below 80. Okay. Because right now it's been running in the 80s, low 90s. So they want to get that number below 80. Okay. Because the lower that number is, the less work your heart has to do to damn pump your blood. Right. So we did that, and then of course, I had to talk to the doctor about what should I be eating, what should I be doing, what can I do, what can't I do, and the doctor told me, I was like, because I plan on doing some traveling, I like to travel, I go out of town a lot, and the doctor said, well, now you're good enough to go out of town, but just remember that your heart is still healing for about 90 days. You want to take it a little easy, but I don't want you sitting still. I want you, exercising, doing things, because what's even worse if you get scared and don't want to do nothing because you're scared to have a heart attack again. Okay. So she's like, I want you up. I want you active. I want you moving around. Um, we're going to set up your cardio rehab now. I guess I'm healed enough that they can put my ass on a treadmill and start making me work out. So I'm supposed to go ahead and schedule that stuff up. But she said, you're good far as traveling because, I'm going to be down in Georgia on, I believe, the 9th, 10th, and until Leilani gets convicted. All right, which I'm hoping it's quick because it's not real high profile. So long as Leilani Simon don't tie the courts up or anything like that, I should be able to go down to Georgia. Everything be fine. And she just said, listen, now, if you're traveling, don't go hiking up a mountain. Okay. Don't do anything super strenuous. And for now, don't be lifting anything heavy. Now, she's like, if it's a box that got to be moved and you ain't doing a bunch, yes, of course you can move that box, but don't move it if you don't have to. So don't be lifting anything heavy right now. Okay. And like I said, she said, don't go hiking up a mountain or anything crazy, and to listen to my body. So when my body tells me I'm tired or I've done too much, listen to it. And, I talked to her a lot about my anxiety, panic attacks, things like that. She said, take that stuff seriously, because anytime you're going through something like that, it's your body telling you something. She said, I'd rather you, if you feel like you're having a panic attack, I'd rather you go to the hospital and it be nothing, and they tell you it's nothing because that's their job, okay? Then for it to be something else that's going on with your heart and you overlook it. She's like, some of this anxiety and these panic attacks you're having may have been a sign of heart complications, okay? And that may have been your body telling you, hey, something is wrong with your heart. And since I got there and they hooked me to EKG machines and said, oh, you're just having a panic attack. But that don't mean it didn't stem from something that was already going on. So the doctor said, listen, when you get like this, or if you're feeling like this, or any symptoms that were similar to what you were having when you had your heart attack, I want you to go back to the hospital. Don't overlook it. You never know. It's better to be safe than to be sorry. Okay. So, and then, of course, we got into the diet of what you could eat, what you can't eat. And basically, she said, you can really eat what you want to eat long as you do it in moderation. And she said, as far as taking medical advice from the internet, watching what you should eat, she said, only take that from reputable sources. Don't go up to, the Dr. MD online or Google. Go to like John Hopkins, Harvard, and credible sources of information, especially on your heart condition or what you should and shouldn't be doing. Right now, she's like, anybody knows when you're eating greasy ass foods and you're eating cheeseburgers and McDonald's every day, that's not good for you. She said, so just stick to what you know is good for you, but don't cheat yourself out of life. Okay. She told me, she said, you got plenty of life to live. I want you to live that life. So, but do it in moderation, so don't go abusing cheeseburgers, but it's not like you can't have a cheeseburger. She said that, butter is better than margarine because margarine's all oil. Try to avoid that as much as you humanly can. Okay. And, they told me that, my heart was blocked on one side 100%. That's where they put the stent in. Okay. So the other side, they said, is 50% blocked. So I asked the doctor, I said, well, what are you going to do about my other side of my heart being, a little bit clogged up? And she said, absolutely nothing. She said, we don't even worry about stuff like that until it is 70 to 80% block. That seemed a little strange to me. She said, because now we got you on these medicines and that should help your blood flow through that just like it is. And, but what they did do is they scheduled me for 3 months from now to go take, to have my blood work done to check my cholesterol because they want to make sure that my cholesterol now is at a safe level. Okay. Which is, so she told me, she said, well, your next appointment will be in 3 months. All right. So, try to, maintain what you're doing for at least 90 days, taking it easy, not doing too much, listen to your body. Try to eat as healthy as you can, but don't cheat yourself completely. If you want some ice cream, eat a little bit of ice cream. Don't eat the whole damn gallon of ice cream. She's like, and I asked her about, the drinking the sodas and stuff. She said, well, the worst part of sodas is it puts weight on you, and that weight makes your heart work harder. Right. Which I didn't quit drinking the sodas anyway. And she told me it was a good thing I quit smoking the weed because any type of smoking, especially with me mixing it with, tobacco, it restricts your blood flow in your blood vessels, which is not good for you, right? And so many people is like, Dollar, you quit the best thing, right? I guess if you did it other ways, but any type of smoking is one of the major causes of heart disease, okay? So, which I don't really have to worry about that too much. And the echograms that they did, I guess, came back okay, that there's no real heart damage. But she's like, it's just like anything. Nobody's pretty much what I tell you, nobody's promised tomorrow. Something else could happen and you could have other problems. You pray to God that type of stuff don't happen. But if you maintain a healthy diet, exercise, take care of yourself, you should be okay. And definitely don't miss any of my medicines. They were really, don't miss the medicine. Not one pill, not one dose, not one time, because a lot of these are blood thinners or things that, because the stent they put in my heart, they said is the size smaller than that, the spring that's in a pin. It's smaller than that. Okay. And that if I take care of myself, I could live some good years, right? And that was good to hear that. Hey, they don't think I'm going to drop dead anytime soon. So the EKG they did today, it came back good. She listened to my heart and all that stuff, and she said it sounded fine. So Dolly is still here. Okay, I'm still here, and I'm going to be here for a minute. Okay, I hope so. Anyway, but like I said, nobody's promised tomorrow. You could walk outside, hit your head, die. I could have a stroke. Anything can happen. But we pray that don't happen. And she was like, I'm pretty young for this to be going on. But when she said that, I've heard people younger than me. I had a buddy, and he had 3 or 4 massive heart attacks before he died, and he was in his 30s. But that a lot of that has to do with, family history, predetermined type things. If you come from a family that everybody in your heart attack families done had heart attacks, you're likely to have a heart attack, right? Genetics and things like that. But so far, like I said, today was pretty decent news. All right. That, one thing I didn't ask is about the dentist, but I did read up on that, and it says 6 months. And then after you do wait 6 months, contact your doctor. I forgot all about asking her about the dentist today, right? But like I said, I've done my research on that. Thank you, Rose. Thank you. And thank you, Jax says, make sure that the ghost doesn't throw any more phones at you too. Sitting at the bar on the Dolly train, bartender, where you at? Okay, Jax, thank you so much. And thank you, Rose, for your super stickers. So, and I want to thank everybody that had donated to the funds that I was putting together for my cardio rehab, because my insurance don't cover it. Okay. And I got enough right now that y'all did in that. It's not GoFundMe, go whatever PJ set up, right? That's enough to get me going in it. And then I can pay them off. So, in the next few weeks, I'm going to set up that appointment to start that cardio rehab. I want to get this Georgia trip out the way. I'm leaving for Georgia in 15 days. So as soon as I get back from Georgia, I am going to start that cardio rehab. Now in Georgia, I'm not going to do nothing strenuous. I'm not going hiking. I'm not going to be lifting anything. I'm just traveling down there and sitting in a damn courtroom. So long as I don't miss my medicines and I stick to everything that I'm supposed to do, continue to eat healthy, cut out a lot of the stuff, then I should be fine to travel where I need to go, which I thought was good news, because I thought the doctor was going to be like, okay, well, we're going to set your next appointment for October, and it was going to interfere in these court cases that I wanted to cover, which, listen, if it would have, then I would have done what the doctor said, right? I'm going to do exactly what the doctors say, take care of myself, all that good stuff. I wouldn't miss the appointments if I had to cancel going to Leilani or cancel the Delphi stuff or any of that. I would have did what I had to do. But right now, I've been got to go ahead that I'm okay to, get back to basically my regular life, but don't overdo it. Was the thing. Like, she was just like, pretty much listen to your body. Don't cut out everything because, you got to live your life. Because, I told her, I said, I ain't ate no fried foods. She's like, that's good and all. But, listen, you're a human. You have to live your life. I was 32 when I had my first open heart surgery, and I just had my 4th OHS valve replaced. Had a blood clot on my valve, and now I'm in severe heart failure at 45. Take care, Dolly. Wow, Deeks. Is that how you say that? Deek 1015? Wow, right? I guess I'm blessed that it ain't that bad. Like, I know a lot of people have it worse than me out there, especially medical conditions. A lot of my viewers are older, and we've lost, since we've been here the last couple of years, we've lost a lot of viewers because my viewers are up in age and some of them don't have the best health. But I just wanted to thank everybody. It's one of those things. Don't think I'm not never grateful. I'm super grateful for all your guys' advice, all the prayers, because it meant a lot to me. It helped, give me the courage, because I'm going to be honest with you. This is one of the scariest things that I went through in my life. And today, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous. You don't know what you're going walking into the heart doctor. They done been looking at your echograms and all these things. You never know what they're going to say, right? So I was just praying to myself before I went in there. I was like, please don't let them give me any bad news or anything else that's going to end me up in the hospital or anything like that, right? I was just trying to be as hopeful as I could, talking to little baby Jesus. And like I said, nothing really went bad. Okay. Still, like I said, they got my blood pressure was what they thought was a little elevated, but I don't think it's bad, because I think far as my blood pressure, usually when my blood pressure starts getting high, I start getting headaches and things like that. And believe it or not, since I've been on this new medicines, I haven't really had that problem. Like, it's been keeping my blood pressure if it ain't perfect, it's way better than it was before I had this heart attack. And of course, that blood pressure and my heart working so hard may have contributed to that heart attack that I had. So never cheat your health, people. Just take some advice from Dolly. I figure, I'm a pretty young man. I mean, I ain't a kid, all right, but I ain't 70, all right. I'm in pretty decent shape. I'm not overweight. I'm not none of these things. And if this can happen to me, it can happen to you. And a lot of this has just to do with simple fact of dieting, what you eat, what you consume, what you put in your body. Okay. For the last 30, I've been eating like a rabbit and drinking water. I've drank more water in 30 days. Okay. Than I probably haven't in my entire life. I pretty much lived off soda, cheeseburgers, steaks. I always said I'm a meat and potatoes kind of person. Well, these days I'm a salad person, a little bit of chicken, some green beans, so you have to change it up, and the doctor told me, she said, listen, I'm so glad to hear that you're making these changes in your life. She said, because I sit here with people all the time and they won't change for nothing. They don't, they just won't. They're pretty much set in their ways, especially when you're older. People get pretty set in their ways. She said, so it's good to hear that you're willing to make these changes and you're going through with it. She said, you know, that is going to help you a lot in this. Now, she didn't ever say there couldn't be any problems up the road, because she said, listen, you can live the perfect life. You can eat healthy as hell. You can do all these things and you can still have a heart attack. Okay. You can, a lot of these things it can be, it just, things happen. You know, that's why we pray to God that we're blessed to have another day. You know, there's, but basically it took a lot of the stress off of me that was on me today. Okay. Because I was just like, man, I hope they don't say that, you know, I got some other heart complications or anything like that. Now, like I said, they're still going to test my cholesterol and I still got follow-up appointments. But she said this next one, it'll be 3 months from now. Okay. And then after, plus I'll be in the cardio rehab where they got me hooked to machines working out. But after that, she said that most likely they'll start setting the appointments every 6 months with the heart doctor. So I really won't have to go that much, which is pretty good. You know, I still have to set up a good primary care physician and stuff like that. So the road back to getting healthy is going good. All right. And I just wanted you guys to know that so far. That don't mean shit. Anything could happen. But right now, everything seems to be running pretty smooth. And I'm not completely back to 100% yet of the things I do. Because you know me, I'm a pretty active person. But I am slowly starting to get my energy back. I mean, basically, I drag ass a little bit in the morning, but that was normal anyway. And then I start to get my groove, like Stella got a groove back. You know what I'm saying? So everything's starting to get back to normal. So I just wanted to come up here and share that with you. And I was amazed by how many people cared about, you know, Dolly, right? I know you guys watch me, you know, y'all are entertained by my stuff. I didn't know so many people genuinely cared about my health and how I was doing and about my life. And I feel so blessed to have all you guys in my corner like that, because the last thing you want to do is be in the hospital alone and nobody give a shit, you know? So I felt like it literally lifted a lot of that weight, because you know PJ was in the hospital telling me what you guys were saying. I mean, I may have been laying in ICU, but I could still hear you guys of what y'all were saying online. And thank you to all the YouTube creators that said prayers for me. Even if you hate me, there's some of them out there that just, they faked it, but I'm still grateful. Okay. I'm still grateful. And I feel blessed to be here. And I hope you guys are blessed to be here today with me. And thank you for everybody that's been joining me. You know, we've been changing the topics up a lot here lately. Last night we were talking about the West Memphis 3, and I usually don't talk old cases. Okay. It didn't do as many views. It did a lot though. It still did a lot for, you know, an old case that happened in the 90s. It's a real controversial case, you know. So thank you for all you guys that came by. And it was late. We were late last night. So I think that's one of the reasons it didn't do as many views as most of my videos do, is because I didn't come on to like 12:30 at night. Most people are, you know, in bed at 12:30 at night. If I would have did that video during the middle of the day, I'm sure a lot more people would have been here for that video. But we had an awesome conversation about it last night. Awesome chat about the West Memphis 3. A lot of people believe that they're innocent. And, you know, I just wanted to get up here and show what made them look guilty. All right. And I think, believe it or not, I think a lot of people came in saying they were innocent, but by the time they left, they were like, these dudes are guilty as shit. Okay. So thank you for you guys that rock with me on, you know, different topics. A lot of people subscribed during the Sebastian Rogers thing. And, you know, to me, it pretty much turned into a carnival or a clown show where you needed to buy tickets. Okay. You needed to buy tickets to it. It's starting to quiet down a little bit right? A lot of the crazies. And it ain't that I will never talk about Sebastian Rogers again. It's just that I don't want to talk about it why it's a freak show. Okay. Like when it calms down and any information comes out that's relevant, or there's something I find that don't seem right, then I will discuss it. Right. There's not a lot of people out here saying Dolly got hit with cease and desist letters and blah, 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 just making up shit, running with it in forums. So I'm having to go in and correct people's misinformation. That is not what it's about at all. You know, one thing, things that stress you out, especially after you have a heart attack and you're going through medical things and you're worried, right? Because let me tell you, I've been a little worried. So, but that's normal. That's total normal behavior to be a little worried after what I went through. So, I was trying to de-escalate the stress in my life a little bit. And that case is a little bit stressful, and all the drama and the shit talking and everything that went on in it, right? So I needed a break from that, right? I definitely needed a break from the stress to get my mind right. Because when you hurt your heart like that, and your heart gets so hurt, it don't just hurt your heart, it hurts your mind a little bit, because now you're in your head and you're worried and you're stressed and you're thinking, oh God, am I going to die? And things like that, right? Because I already suffer from a little bit of anxiety. I don't have a problem telling people, my life and thing. I share a lot with you guys. A lot of YouTubers, they don't do that, right? I let y'all know who Dolly is, what I'm going through, and just pretty much everything. I share my life with you guys because a lot of you guys share your lives with me, right? I think we have that type of relationship here where we can speak openly, right? And it's a safe place to do it, which is awesome, because you guys are kind of like my therapist, right? And sometimes I'm like your guys' therapist. I love you too, PJ. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Awesome. I don't know what I would do without YouTube. YouTube has become such a big part of my life, right? I just don't know what I would do. And maybe I came back a little quick, but when you take YouTube from me, it's like you take a little part of my life away. And the whole time I'm missing that chunk of me, right? Because I believe this has become who I am. How are you doing today? Did you eat healthy? I haven't eaten nothing yet. I'm about to eat right after this stream. I'm going to go make me something to eat. But no, I haven't eaten anything yet. I woke up. I had to be the doctor at 1 o'clock. I didn't wake up till like 12 o'clock. So because I was up late last night going over to West Memphis 3. And I know what a lot of people are saying, Dolly, you need your rest, but I do get my rest. I'm fortunate enough that you guys buy my Dolly soap, and the lotions by dollysoap.com. Good way to keep me alive. Okay. And keep these lights on. So I don't have a strenuous job. I do work because I got to make all that soap and I got to make that lotion, but it's not heavy lifting. It's not stressful on me. And it's something I can do and still be able to, sleep when I need to sleep, or stay up late when I need to stay up late to cover something. So I'm blessed in having that too, right? Because trust me, if I had to get up and work at 9 to 5, I would be, or a 7 to 5, I'd be so stressed out, right? I wouldn't be able to be on YouTube. I'd be tired when I got home. And that's what I used to do. I worked in construction most of my life, and time I got home, I was tired and I wasn't, doing what I do now gives me the opportunity to YouTube. If it was anything else, y'all would get very, very little Dolly up here on the internet, right? Because when I was grinding, coming home, climbing, because I worked as an electrician. So I'm climbing in attics. I'm in the crawl spaces and houses covered in installation. And it just sucked. Okay. And I mean, I did that for years and it was tearing my body apart, tired as hell, back hurting. And I just, I have to, there's a certain zone that I have to be in to YouTube. I got to be in a pretty decent mood. Like, I don't usually come up here pissed off. Don't, y'all always see Dolly happy, but don't think I don't get upset and things don't make me mad or I'm not irritable. I'm a human being. But if I'm in those moods, I don't really like the YouTube, right? I like to be when I'm happy and I'm chill and I'm relaxed. That's when I like to come up here and joke and play and have a good time. um, any other time, I'm like, especially if I have anxiety, y'all won't see me on the internet, right? Usually I'm sitting there watching Netflix trying to calm my anxiety down. But I usually do this when I'm in good spirits. And if everything is going good for me, I'm usually always in good spirits. So I can knock out the YouTube stuff and I can do this. Um, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. What else is there? Is there any other updates I wanted to give anybody? I think that pretty much covers everything. Dolly, you and PJ have helped us more than you know. Thank you, Jax. I try to be nice and, you know, do what I can do for people. Um, and you know, we've created a big family here, and that is super awesome. You know, like right now, my title has nothing to do with anything in true crime. It just got back from the heart doctor, and there's 800 of you in here today. Okay, just to listen to what went on with me at the doctor. That shows me that a lot of you guys care. You know, you absolutely care. And you know, I have seen people say, "Hey, when you stop talking about Sebastian Rogers, you're going to lose views." Okay, this ain't about views to me, right? Before Sebastian Rogers was a case, I was here with you guys. Before I was Summer Wells was a case, I was here with you guys, right? Before Gabby Petito, I was here with you guys. It's never been about views to me, right? It's that YouTube is a part of my life. This is pretty much who I am. Okay. If I would do this if 3 people watched. Okay. I didn't make a penny and 3 people were watching me. I would still come up here and do this because this is how I vent a little bit. This is how I share my thoughts and I enjoy it, right? I truly enjoy it. Turtle family hugs and support, Dolly. Thank you. Thank you again. Big hugs to everybody. And like I said, I'm absolutely glad to see you. I hope you're having a blessed day today. And I just hope that my story can, you know, maybe you'll schedule a checkup and check on yourself. Or maybe you go, well, you know what? There's things that I could do to be a little more healthy, right? If Dolly can do it, right? Quit smoking, quit drinking sodas, start eating rabbit food. If I can do it, you can do it. All right. Because all y'all's encouragement has helped me be able to do this. And once, you know, I've always been a person of routine. That's why I'm on YouTube every day. I have just a certain routine, you know, and so drinking soda was just a routine. Smoking was just a routine. I don't have to smoke. It's just, you know, when I get bored, I would smoke. Right. It was just a routine. And I basically lived the same routine daily. Right. I get up, I do just about the same things, I eat about the same times. And once I'm in that routine, you know, that it's normal to me and it's just habit, a person of habit, then it's not hard anymore. Like you know, the hardest thing was, even I told the doctor, I said, listen, the smoking wasn't hard to quit. The smoking the herbs, that wasn't hard. What was hard was stop drinking soda. Okay. That is hard. That is like a damn H addiction. All right. Like you need rehab. Like send me to damn soda rehab. Right. Because soda is, I drink so much soda. I guarantee you I drink a couple 2 liters a day. Easy, easy. Not even like, it may be more than that. Right. So my sugar intake was probably through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just drinking so much soda. I never drank water. And then, you know, PJ, you know, me and PJ's been together 2 years. Thank God for PJ, because she would nag me in the ears every time I drank a soda. You know, you should drink more water. I'd be like, oh man, be quiet. There's water in this, right? There's water in this soda. What do you think? Is this all sugar? No, they put water in it, right? And that was my excuse. But her in my ear, you know, her in my ear, her in my ear. And then, you know, of course, it took the heart attack for me to go, okay, well, let me listen to fucking PJ. She's probably right. Okay. Before I would just kind of like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I looked at myself. I'm not a heavy set guy. I'm in pretty decent shape, right? I never weigh over 170. So I'm not overweight, you know? So I'm thinking, you know, I'm healthy. I don't do nothing I don't do drugs, right? I should be good. But then, you know, I'm eating these damn cheeseburgers and these Philly steaks and damn steak and fried chicken and just so many fatty foods. Now that I look back at it, I'm surprised every artery in my body is not clogged. All right. Now that I don't have a problem eating rabbit food, you know, I'm about to go make me a salad when I get off of here with you guys. You would have never heard me say that shit before. Not in a million years would you hear Dolly go, oh, well, I'm about to go eat a salad. Right. And I don't even eat salad dressing. So it's just lettuce, tomatoes, onions with, you know, I mix them. I usually put some turkey in it or chicken, you know. But you would have never heard me saying that. Right. But now I'm super cautious about what I'm eating, what's fried, what it's cooked in. Like, I just never thought I'd be that guy. Right. But now, I'm that guy. It sucks. You know what I'm saying? It still sucks, right? I still remember what good food tastes like, right? I remember those good. You know, listen, I went and ate some healthy food the other day, but it was right next door to a Papa John's, right? So me and PJ go in and, you know, I get some turkey and I'm eating green beans and shit, you know, some healthy foods, but I can smell this Papa John's, right? And it's calling me. Like, you remember Pookie in New Jack City? When he was like a crackhead and he was like, I can't quit. It just be calling me. It be calling me. Right. That pizza was screaming Dolly, right? Dolly over here. Like, it was I could hear it. Right. I could literally hear the pizza. Okay. I could smell it. So when I walked in this restaurant to get this, you know, rabbit food, the only thing on my mind was that pizza. Okay, I was just like, man, I gotta have that pizza. That pizza just smells so good. And you know, here's the effed up part of it. I really don't like Papa John's. Okay, I usually eat fancy pizza, like the really good New York style pizza, and you know, and or deep dish crust. There's this place called Jets. I love it. It is so good. It's delicious, right? So I don't even really like Papa John's, but Papa John's was calling me, Daddy, over here. Don't do it, right? And it's like, I don't know if it's a eat me. Yes, I swear. Like, I can't even make it up, right? Like, I'm just like, oh God, right? And I'm just walking in there like an 80-year-old man looking for my lettuce. You know what I'm saying? It's but like I said, I'm gonna, you know, try to do my best to eat as healthy as I can. I'm gonna have little cheat days. And when I went out the other day, I met a dude that had a couple of different heart attacks, and him and his wife. And I sat down with them. Well, we were sat across from them. We were talking to them. And like the lady said, she said, listen, if you don't cheat a little bit, you're never going to be able to get through this. You're going to have to find, you know, foods that you enjoy and just eat a little bit of it, you know, because if you try to cut everything just completely out, you're going to end up falling off of these good habits and go back to just your bad habits. And I was thinking, I don't know, that may be how most people are, but my brain don't operate like most people. One, every time I go to think of something, I think, you know, do I want to live or do I want to be in ICU again, going through the scariest thing I ever been through in my life? And I'm thinking, hey, I want to live. You know, I'm going to do my best to keep this stuff healthy. And I did cheat a little bit because I've been drinking nothing but water. But last night I drank a sweet tea, but I only drank about half the glass. Usually I would have sucked down 4 or 5 of them bitches, right? No problem. And I didn't. Okay. Usually when they bring me a drink at a restaurant, I tell them to bring me 2 because I drink the first one before my food even gets there. Right. So, you know, I'm drinking. So last night when I got the sweet tea, because I tried to drink unsweet tea the other day. Oh my God. How do people do that? It is like drinking a glass of dirt. Okay. Just a straight glass of dirt. I'm like, oh my God. And then, you know, if you try to put sweet and low in it or what is saccharin, or that shit's worse than sugar. Okay, that shit on the back of the patches says causes cancer. Okay, last thing I need is a heart attack with cancer. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, I cannot drink this dirt water. All right. Please keep Brooks in your prayers. Yes, I told Crime Lines and Lies, don't try to be Dolly at home. And apparently she tried to be Dolly at home. All right. And she's going through some chest problems that has ended her up in the hospital. Right. I don't know if it's a new YouTube trend. Let's all drop dead at the same time. I'm so glad your doctor's appointment went great. We are all proud of you, Dolly. I turned a big 38 today, and you're encouraging me to take care of my diabetes better. Yum cake. Does that say cake or Coke? I can't tell. It's either cake or Coke. Yes, right. Listen, guys, we're not clear. Okay. You can't look in your heart and see what's going on inside your body. Right. You just can't. So the better things you put in your body, the better fuels you put in your body, the better your body is going to run. All right. Like if I would have knew that these foods were I mean, I had a concept of it, but I was thinking I was healthy. Right. I'm thinking I'm not old. I'm not out of shit. I thought that shit only happened to people that were overweight, that didn't do shit, sat on their ass and ate cookies all day. Right. I that's truly in my mind what I thought caused people to have heart attacks. I never I never feared I admire your self-control, and I couldn't change my eating habits that early. If it smells good food, I am done. It's so hard. It is so hard. And I'm telling you, that shit will talk to you. Dolly, I'm over here. Don't do it. Right. And it's trying to get you. Right. But I, literally, I thought that was, or, diabetes or other medical conditions cause people to have heart attacks. I just looked at myself like, hey, I'm pretty active. I'm not overweight, so I can eat what I want. That is the biggest mistake I made. That is the biggest mistake because I'm not fat. Right. So I thought I could eat anything. I thought when you got fat, that's when you started getting heart problems and things. That ain't the case. You don't got to be fat. It's the shitty foods. Because, even though I work all that fat off, them greases and all those things accumulate in your body. And over the years, it takes a toll, right? Sheila, thank you for gifting. So my encouragement for people now is if you skinny, go get a checkup. You just never know. Check your cholesterol. If you're skinny and you're eating shit food and you stay skinny and you think, oh, I'm okay, I'm skinny. That's the mistake I made. Okay. Like, PJ would tell you, hey, he's skinny. Right. But I'm also eating cheesesteaks and sausages and just terrible, terrible things. And that shit clogged me up like you needed the Mario Brothers in there with some plungers in my heart, right? So just take care of yourself. I don't want to preach at you or tell you, but I can tell you it can happen to you. If it can happen to me, it can happen to you. But a lot of people don't eat shitty like I do. Most people cook and take pretty good, decent care of themselves. I never been one, like most of the time, I'm by myself, or before I was in a relationship with PJ, I would just eat something quick. Mickey D's, Burger King, Taco Bell, KFC, and now I'm not eating any of that. So, and I feel a little bit better, believe it or not. I feel a little bit better. Some of that food will make you a little sluggish. It's like sluggish. You know what I'm saying? You get eat and then you instantly get tired. I haven't been as tired, but then again, like I'm not eating the same things I was eating, and I'm not eating as much as I was eating. So my energy level pretty much through the day stays the same. Like when I go eat in just a few minutes, when I go eat this salad, I won't need a nap. Before I would eat a damn steak and a potato or a Philly sub at lunchtime, and I would instantly be tired and drained of energy. right? And then I need a nap, and then I'd be good. I'd be back to regular. So with me eating lighter and eating better foods, I don't really feel that the same that I used to feel like where I need a nap every day at 12 o'clock when I just woke up at 11. Okay. So I think that is the good that is coming out of all that, you know, clean meals. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to be live with you guys later tonight. I don't know exactly what we're going to be talking about tonight. I'm still kind of figure out what my show is going to be on tonight. I like to bring some newer things and some of the things, of course, that you guys enjoy talking about because, you know, we are a call-in show. So it needs to be something that the majority of the people are into, but I still want to bring you new information. I don't want to be stagnant with, you know, just the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I still see, listen, the drama on the internet, I'm watching less and less of it. When sometimes I turn on the internet and I see things that completely, and I mean completely disgust me. Right? I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that just the name calling, the language, you know, I'll say the F word every now and then, or I'll, you know, drop a couple, but there's some stuff up here that when people talk, they just sound like the filthiest mouth people like ever, like hateful. Like I don't see how so many of these channels, and this is usually for the crime channels. Most of the true crime channels are legit. Like you don't never hear Grizzly true crime calling somebody shitty names and how she looks better than them and this person's ugly and you're a fucking heifer and you got damn crooked teeth. You don't see plunder and people like that doing. That's why I respect those channels, right? I respect them channels because it's hard. It's hard, especially when people are out there attacking you and you really can't say nothing back and you got to stay right on the true crime element. But some of these people are just absolutely horrific. Like just listening to it, I'm just like, you know, your channel might not be so bad if you would just clean it up and be respectful just a little bit, you know. But I understand the drama thing. If you don't have drama and you ain't the filthiest mouth person on YouTube, you probably wouldn't have the audience that you have. Some people actually do enjoy that content, but them ain't the people I want to be around. It truly ain't, right? Like I remember when I was caught up in it, fighting with people and shit like that, and it took me to go, okay, this is insane, right? This ain't who I am as a person. I don't really want to talk bad about anybody. I pretty much love everybody. I think we're all brothers and sisters on this planet. And that's why I'm so forgiving to like a lot of these channels that have talked shit about me, right? Because listen, I've talked shit about people and nobody forgives me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more of a forgiving, loving, caring person. So people be like, I can't believe you let that person in the room after they said this about you or they done this to you or done this. It don't really matter to me because I forgive everybody as long as you don't stab me in the neck. You know, sometimes people say some horrible, terrible things that some people would say is unforgivable. And I think PJ touched on this a little bit when I was seeing her stream today. Just because you're in this room, right? You may see somebody in here that said some terrible things about me. And yet, I don't care about those things. But that don't mean I'll ever be close to you or really be a close friend to you. If anything, maybe an acquaintance. You know me, I know you. But far as friends, I like my friends to be good people, good souls, right? If you're a filthy mouth person, I really don't want to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? I might associate with you, I might be your acquaintance, but I'll never be your close friend because we're nothing alike, right? And I think if people sat around and watch themselves, right? I don't know if some of these YouTubers don't watch themselves after they're done, you know, or they don't watch their videos to listen to what they sound like and don't know the audience in true crime. The most of the audience, I've realized this, is women. Okay. You ladies, this is your backyard, and I am grateful to be able to play in it. Okay. Thank you for giving me a voice. There's some men, there's a few men, but nowhere near the amount of older women. Okay. And I don't mean like super old. I don't mean 70, 80, but from 30 to 60. Okay. That make up the true crime community. I don't think once you're an adult and you're grown up. It took Dolly a long time to grow up, right? But nobody wants to hear that stuff, right? Nobody wants to see you be foul and disgusting. Listen, you teach your kids not to bully people and not to be nice to everybody and treat everybody good. But then you get on the internet and you do exactly what you teach your kids not to do. Name calling, being hateful, trying to drag people, right? Listen, dragging people is easy. Anybody can be an asshole. Okay? Anybody can. It takes no work to be an asshole. I could be the biggest asshole in the world without even trying. What takes work is being a good person, being a good human being, putting out a positive message. That takes work. That takes thought. What these other people do that's not bringing content to the internet. Okay. Hating another YouTuber or shit talking this person or being a foul, disgusting person or thinking you're better than somebody, that takes no work. Okay. Anybody can do that. You could take a dancing monkey and put them up here, and a dancing monkey could do that. You're given the opportunity to bring something great to the internet, right? And do you want people to remember you? Like, just say, I could have left this world, right? Just 30 days ago. Do I want people to remember me as a shitbag? Or do I want people to remember the good things that I've done? If I leave, I don't plan on leaving. Okay. I hope not anyway, right? I hope not. But what do you want to leave behind in this world? Right? Because you know how you live forever? I'll tell you, maybe you don't know. You know how you live forever? And I'm hoping Dolly lives forever. And I'm going to tell you how you live forever. You live forever in the hearts and minds of others, that they remember the good deeds you've done, the good things you've done, and you stay inside their heart and their mind forever. That is how you live forever, right? People ain't going to remember terrible people, right? Who do you remember for being shitty? You don't remember the shitty people. You remember the people that done great things, people that had a voice. Okay. These people will live for eternity. Other people, you will fade into the distance because you won't be in the hearts and minds of other people. Once you're gone, you just gone. It'd be like, I'm glad that person's gone, So I just think, I'm not trying to preach to other people that are on the platform, but clean it up a little bit. You're not little kids. I ain't seen that. Now, if I tuned into you and you was 22 and you were saying some horrific shit, I could be like, okay, I get it. They're a kid. They ain't grown up yet. They'll start to see the big picture in the future, right? But when you in your 30s and 40s and you got damn grown ass kids and you up here just being a shit bag for no other reason than a click and a view, you need to rethink what the hell you're doing in life. Okay. What do you think about the Gilgo Beach murder? I want to talk about this in the evening. Yes. Okay. Well, he sold one of his properties for $1 to a family member. So I do know that I do follow everything. Don't think I don't slip on true crime. It's like one of my passions. Okay. Is true crime. I don't know. It's been that way for a while, even before I had a true crime channel. I'm going to tell you why he sold that property for $1. He sold that property for $1 so it didn't get taken, because when this is all said and done, they're going to take everything he got. So all he was doing was getting assets out of his name, which technically, when you're in a situation like him, it's a smart thing to do because they're coming for all that shit. Okay. They're coming for that, and your family's going to lose it because you're a psycho killer. Now, does your family deserve to lose it? That's questionable. The kids and cousins and other people in the family, they didn't do nothing wrong because you did, so yeah, he's liquidating assets. And we're going to see this a lot. And we're already seeing it in the P. Diddy case. Okay. P. Diddy's already been, I heard months and months ago that he was hiding money. Okay. Like, and you know, with all these lawsuits, people are like, oh, well, he's worth 500 million. Right. Well, let me tell you, it sounds like a lot, but when everybody in the country is coming for that 500 million, this person takes a snatch and this person, everybody's snatching from your pot, your 500 million goes down to no millions. All right. And then you sitting in a jail cell broke as shit. So say they do give him 10, 15 years, right? He ain't that old of a man. He gets out, he has nothing, right? So he knows to hide that money. If anybody, if you was in that same situation P. Diddy was in, you'd be hiding money too. And if he didn't, he is a damn idiot because they coming for your whole bag. All right. You better hide something. You better put something up, right? But you know, the Long Island serial killer, his wife signed a Netflix deal for $1 million. All right. So even if he lost one of the properties, she just gained $1 million on Netflix, right? And I hate seeing bad people profit off their crimes. They pass laws to try to stop this type of stuff, but it's nothing to stop your family from doing it, right? You know, when Charles Manson was in prison, he was making buku money from art and selling damn little scorpions he made out of his hair and different things. He was selling all kinds of shit, right? Book deals, publishing deals, movie rights, and he was basically had a ton of fucking money. So did John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy, oh my God, I don't remember y'all how long y'all followed, like if y'all were into serial killers, but John Wayne Gacy, a video leaked of him in prison, and in his prison cell, he had a transsexual person in there with him, dressed like a stripper. He had a plate of cocaine and stacks of money. I'm talking about cash, right? Living in the cell, living his best life as a prisoner. The video leaked from the jail. This is early VHS days, okay? The video leaked from the jail of John Wayne Gacy in the cell with the, listen, I don't even think they would have executed John Wayne Gacy. When this video leaked, hold on, guys. I think this might be my doctor. Ah, okay. Anyway, like I was saying, that was the pharmacy. My prescriptions are ready to pick up. That got nothing to do with anything. But they sent it to the damn wrong pharmacy. All right. It's sent to this pharmacy down here. I don't never go to that pharmacy, but they called me and said, yeah, where it is? Well, I was like, huh? Where the hell you at? Right. But anyway, like I was saying, John Wayne Gacy, the video leaked of him inside the cell. And when they did that, you know, of course, they fired all the officers that were guarding them. They fired the warden from the prison, and then they set him up for execution. Right. Then he got executed. I really truly think he would have stayed alive a lot longer if that video hadn't surfaced of him. But with stuff like that happening, they changed the law to where you couldn't profit off your crimes, them directly. Like, say, I went out and murdered, I wouldn't do that, but 50 people. And then I want to go, okay, well, I'm going to sell you the movie rights to it, or I'm going to sell you the book deal. No, they done pass laws. You can't do that. You can't profit off of that. But like the Rhode Island dude, he Long Island, I said Rhode Island, all the same, right? All the same. Long Island, his wife can. He can't directly, right? Like he couldn't go out and sell a Netflix deal for millions of dollars, but his wife can. And they've been trying to stop it to where she can't do it, but it's hard to stop somebody else that didn't commit the crimes unless they tie her to the crimes. Did you discuss school shooting too, Dolly? For example, what did it happen so often in the U.S.? Why did these shootings happen so much in the U.S. and especially in schools? It's because of it's so easy to get weapons here, and there's so many weapons just on the street. Now, that's like a mixed bag of things right there because gun laws only affect good people. Okay. Bad people don't care about the gun laws. They're going to go get a gun off the street and shoot you anyway. They don't care about gun free zones. I don't like stuff like that because you look at the cowboy days. If you was to pull a gun, everybody else would pull a gun and then you would get shot. Okay. But now you have all these gun free zones where criminals walk up in there and they start shooting people and nobody else has a gun. That is when it gets a little scary because criminals don't care about gun laws. The only thing gun laws affect is listen, y'all know Chris Rock, the comedian, right? He said one thing that I completely 100% agree with. You don't have to stop the guns, right? Bullets need to be $5,000 a piece, is what he said, right? Bullets need to be expensive. He said, because if somebody gets shot and they get shot 5 times, they did something effed up because somebody just put $25,000 into their ass, right? And it makes sense, crazy as it sounds, right? It almost makes sense. If this person worth 10 grand, you know what I'm saying? And so many people wouldn't get shot, right? But there's guns everywhere. Kids got guns. Damn, you can't say nothing to a young person because young people are crazy. Right? They're short-tempered. They all carry weapons. So you can't say nothing to young kids. As an older dude, when I see a young dude doing something crazy, I don't even try to say nothing to you. Right? Because I'm thinking, okay, this kid got a gun. He has no self-control. They got bad tempers, and I'm going to end up getting shot. Okay. So you can't say nothing to a teenager. You can't say nothing to a 10-year-old kid. They will pull out a gun and shoot your ass. We had a damn 8-year-old kid shoot the teacher here. All right. You people, and I think they're doing the right thing now, is locking up parents. Okay. Locking up parents. You giving your kids access to these high caliber weapons and these weapons, your ass is going to jail. And it makes sense to me. You start locking up some of these parents, and some of these parents are start locking up their weapons. I don't understand your gun laws in the U.S. Why can't parents buy their kids a rifle? Why can? Because listen, this is where it gets, because we come from a place where people, especially in the South, like where I'm from, kids grow up hunting. They grow up, and it's a part of their culture. All right. Not every kid that gets a firearm is going to be a bad kid. All right. So there's traditional things that go along with it. I'm sure in your country, y'all have y'all's traditions, right? Well, here, as a rite of passage, becoming a man, it's like for a lot of people is to take their sons or daughters hunting. Okay. Your first kill, that type of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with it, especially if you're killing animals to use for food. Now, I don't recommend you killing anything that you ain't going to eat. All right. If you ain't going to eat it, don't kill it. Right. I'm one of those people. Like I can't, I never listen. I'm going to tell you now, I'm from the South. All my family, my uncles, everybody hunted. I never did. I never wanted to kill anything. I'm more, when I see a deer, I'm like, oh, look at the little deers. Right. I'm that guy. I don't want to hurt it. I don't want to kill it. Now, if you kill it and you put it on my plate, I'm going to eat it because it's delicious. Okay. But far as me going out there and hurting an animal, it's not going to happen. Okay. I probably could kill a chicken, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't want to, but if it was, I'm going to eat it. Yeah, I could do it. you know. But it's just a rite of passage, and it's a lot of, bonding with your children. A lot of people bond with their kids through hunting. They go out on these trips. They spend days in cabins. They get to spend a lot of family time, and that is awesome. But when it's not, is when you got a hellion kid that's already the problem child, and you just put a AR-15 in his hand. Right? I just told you that I don't say nothing to young people because they're crazy, they're short tempered, and there's so many of these weapons on the street, and it's so easy to get your hands on it. The only person that has a problem getting a weapon is good people. That's it. Bad people don't have a problem at all. They get them like that. You could go out right now. I guarantee I could go out on the street in a matter of asking a few people coming out the store where I could buy a firearm. I could find one. Right? That's how many guns are in our country. I know a lot of countries don't see this. Cops don't even carry guns. Right? But the problem with that is this. In countries that don't have firearms, they machete fight. Okay? There's a lot of stabbings, bombings. You know what I'm saying? If you take one way of unaliving somebody, people are going to find another way to do it. Now, let me tell you this. I'd much rather you shoot me one time than chop me up with a machete, okay? A rusty ass machete at that. I mean, so sometimes it's the person, it's the person, but it ain't the weapon that kills people. It's the person behind the weapon. And I'll tell you one problem we got, Claudia, in our country that I think a lot of other countries address, and we don't do a very good job at it, is mental health. Okay. Our mental health system is almost zero. All right. We don't help crazy people. We're kind of like fishermen in that category. We kind of catch, keep you a couple days, and we release you. And that don't matter how bad, severely mental you are. Parents in Europe wouldn't fall if adult gave them rifles in their hand at the age of 12 or 14. I mean, I see kids younger than that. Last time I was in West Virginia, I seen like an 8-year-old kid that killed a bear. Okay, he was out hunting with his daddy. They had it strapped to the truck, and he was like, "Yeah, that's my son's kill." And I looked over. This is a little kid, right? He done shot a bear, but they're gonna go do whatever they do with that bear. Stuff it. I don't know, right? But I've seen kids really young that hunt. And if you live that life and that's your life, right? I get it. Now, if you lived in the country and you wanted an AR-15 and you're an avid hunter, and I could get it. But when you live in the city and you want to buy your kid an AR-15 for hunting people, then we got a problem. And you notice most of these people that go crazy, they don't live in the country, because country people know how to act. There's gun safety. You go over it since the time you're a little kid about not playing with firearms, only using these firearms when you need these firearms. People in the city, they don't do that. They don't do that. It's not the same. It's not the same. You don't have the experience with the weapon. You're not taught to handle a weapon. And next thing you know, you got 45s, 9mm, AR-15s, AK-47s, and some of these guns are completely designed to hunt people. Now, listen, I don't hate on firearms or anything. I believe we should have Dolly keeps firearms, okay? But I do believe that you shouldn't have weapons that are notorious for hunting people. Now, you want to go shoot a deer, you're not going to shoot a deer with an AR-15, okay? These weapons are high power weapons. You don't need all that. Now, maybe if you wanted to shoot an elephant or something, maybe a big ass gun, but still you wouldn't use an AR-15, right? So I say, I don't have a problem with people banning certain weapons, right? Because you can ban every weapon, all right? And then somebody's going to chop you up with a rusty machete, like we see in other countries, right? You can't stop people from killing that want to kill, But what you can do is you can try to bring the numbers of people that they can kill at a rapid speed. All right. And that's where we're running into problems where people are walking into mosques and walking into schools and walking into the mall, and they're taking out 30, 40 people. Now, let me tell you this: if you were chambering a gun and loading it, it had 6 shots, and you would nowhere near take those people out. But now, you got a stendo clips that hold 45, 50 round drums, right? So when somebody starts shooting, they don't run out of bullets. Okay. A lot of times people run out of bullets and they get tackled, and people in the crowd hold them down, you know what I'm saying, and take the weapons from them. But if that person don't run out of bullets, you can't grab that person. I mean, they got flippable clips where this clip holds 50. They flip the clip. Now you got 100 shots, and of high-powered weapons that'll shoot through bulletproof vest and take out a cop. Cop runs up, boop, boop, you're nothing. Don't matter about the vest. It's going right through that shit like butter. And that's why we're seeing what we're seeing in our country. It's gotten to that point. And now people are like, well, these people got these weapons, so I need either bigger, better weapons. And now you're in a pissing contest where weapons are just getting bigger and bigger and more deadly and more deadly and more deadly. That is the situation. How do you fix that? I don't know. If I knew the answers to that, I'd be like on top of the world, probably a genius. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you fix the problems that have been created. I know how you can bring them down a little bit, right? I know how you can bring those problems down, but I don't know how you fix the problem at this point, because what is there, 3 or 4 guns to every person in our country, right? And they're making them every day. They don't stop making them. They make more guns than they print money. One thing about money is when there's a certain amount of money in circulation, they start destroying it. Here's the thing about guns. They don't. Okay. They've got these buyback programs now where they're destroying weapons, but it's nowhere near at the level it should be at, right? Most people ain't going to go turn in their firearms. And the crazier the world gets, the more people are ramping up buying these firearms. And that's when it gets scary, and that's when it gets dangerous, and that's when it gets easy for people to get that shouldn't have them to have them, right? So, because listen, you can buy all these guns. Next thing you know, somebody's going to break in your house. They're going to steal your weapons. They're going to be on the street. Drug dealers are going to have them. The 15-year-old kid on the corner is going to have them, right? You turn on any YouTube video of any inner city, and you will see kids from the age of 10 to 17 brandishing some of the biggest, baddest damn firearms. Dracos, right? A lot of shootings have been happening with Dracos and submachine guns and things like this. Kids should not be getting their hands on these things. Young gangbangers. And, a lot of people, especially people that are in conspiracy, but tell you that our government have put a lot of these things on the street. Type of shit. They want this division. They want these killings. They want this stuff. But it all depends on what angle you look at it, right? And a lot of the drugs that on the street, if anybody remembers Ollie North, the Contra scandal, and them Ricky Ross and them bringing cocaine into the inner cities to pay for a war, right? And this is not conspiracy. This is fact. That the whole crack epidemic that we seen in the early 80s, late 80s was created by the U.S. government. They were bringing all kind of crack and, cocaine and selling it to inner cities, drug dealers, the CIA. That is absolutely fact. They created this, right? And then imprisoned inner city people, which mostly black people, for drugs that they brought into this country. Okay, so we're going to sell you the drugs, and then we're going to put you in prison for the drugs. Make it make sense. It don't. And it creates a crazy environment to live in. And it makes it where, can you really trust your government? Remember when these riots were breaking out? Just, 4 years ago? Every time there's a presidential election, I'm not political, right? I don't care what side of the fence you on, right? I truly don't. But they were dropping off bricks in inner cities, Like, why would you drop off bricks? Because you want them thrown through police cars, you want them thrown through bottles, windows, and you want shit destroyed. Like, I mean, if I listen every 4 years, this is my advice for people: buy stocks in masonry, okay, in bricks. If you buy stock in bricks every 4 years, I guarantee you will profit, okay? Because like I said, every time a riot breaks out, where does this big pile of bricks come from, right? They literally, and they showed this. You can even look this shit up. I thought it was conspiracy too, like these inner city bricks. Right? It's just like trucks are literally driving there and dropping off pallets of fucking bricks. Like, you don't even got no loose rocks in your town. Where the hell did all these bricks come from? Lawlessness in some places, right? Complete lawlessness. But we live in, we say we live in the United States of America, right? We live in a bunch of different countries, right? Each state is like its own country. Everybody has their own laws, what laws they enforce, what laws they prosecute. Let me tell you this. Like here, weed is legal. Okay. Weed is legal, but I live 15 minutes from the Carolina border. Okay. North Carolina is illegal. So you telling me I could stand at the border, puff the biggest blunt you want to puff, right? And the person standing directly in front of me can't do that. But we live in the same country. Okay. But we don't have the same laws. That's insane to me. That is insane. Insane. I mean, it's insanity. All right. The law should be the law across the land. Not here's this, here's this. It's if it's the law, it's it should be every American follows that law. Not some Americans okay to do this. Law, we don't arrest you for stealing. And we seen all the looting and crazy shit that's going on. Can you imagine being out shopping and the next thing you know, a mob of 200 people running a store and just snatch everything off the shelves? And you thinking, damn, I just spent my hard-earned money buying this. And they just took that shit, right? They don't go to jail for it. They're not charged with it. We've seen people take over cities in the United States. What the hell is that? Right? Like, what about what? Seattle? People got a stronghold and they're riding and took and burnt down the damn police station. Nobody goes to jail. Let me tell you this. If I go out here and do anything, I'm going to jail. But if I lived in this part of the country, I could burn down the damn police station and not go to jail. What the hell is going on? Right? What the hell is going on where that's like that? I don't know. The system's broke. And Claudia, I could go on and on about America and how it could be better. And, vote for Dolly 2024. Write me in when you get up there and it's Carmella and Trump. Just write in Dolly, right? Then they'll think it's Dolly Parton and I won't even get my spot. You know what I'm saying? That Dolly Parton to be the next. I'd rather Dolly Parton be the president. Okay. At least you'd have some good Southern values if Dolly Parton was the president. I mean, I don't know what side of the fence she's on, right? Or what her political beliefs are. But I'm sure she would do just fine, okay? And I'd vote for Dolly, first woman president, Dolly Parton. I don't even know what she's running on, but I'd vote for her because I feel she would do better just as a genuine person, okay? It's made where good people can never be the president. Okay. You either have to be politically strong, you have to be, or a businessman like Donald Trump, you have to be a self-made billionaire, a millionaire, multi-millionaire. You can't just be the average person and be the president of this country. You just can't run on good values and I'm a good dude and I'm going to make sure everybody's treated fairly. You can't do that here in America, right? There's always, and you can't do that anywhere in the world because corporations, businesses rule the world we live in. No matter how these elite, and I talked about it the other night because we were talking about satanic people and the occult and the elite, the 1%. Get it? I watch my back, a shadow in the U.S. holiday. So yeah, watch your back. If you come to America for the holidays, definitely be careful. Now I can't speak on other countries because I've never been out of this country. So I've been telling PJ. Speaking of, hold on, guys. Back to Dolly for president. Okay, Dolly for president. All right, I'm gonna get ready to wrap up here soon, guys. I think I done talked to you guys for like an hour and a half. Thank you for coming up and listening to me ramble today. If you haven't, like the video, of course. Let me see what the chat is talking about. Yeah, PJ reminded me she's gonna be a little bit getting here. She has some things to take care of, so she's like, you may want to grab yourself something to eat because we're supposed to go get something to eat. But she's going to be a little bit, so I might as well get me something to hold me over because I haven't eaten nothing this morning. I got up and, like I said, I slept in a little bit, so I went straight to the doctor. Then I came here and then I started streaming with you guys, and I've been here for like the last hour and a half. So tonight we're going to be talking some true crime, so make sure you tune in. All right. Oh, and if you haven't, add my group on Facebook. If one of my mods can post it, it's to help the missing. All right, it's my new Facebook group. It used to be the strange disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. But we thought, hey, why are we just trying to help one kid and talking about one kid when we should open it up to all the missing? Because every life matters. My life matters. Your life matters. Everybody's kids matter. These missing people matter. So if you want to be helpful, make sure you join that group. One of my mods, I'm watching you. One of y'all post that group for me. Okay. And the message of the day is take care of yourself. All right. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody's going to take care of you. Put healthy things in your body. And I ain't saying don't, I know everybody ain't going to stop doing unhealthy things, but try to do more healthy things than you do unhealthy things. And maybe we will be here a little bit longer together. So, like I said, my doctor said I'm good to go. I'll be able to travel. So, of course, y'all see me in Georgia. You'll see me in Delphi. And it's time to get back out there and get these stories popping. I just got to take care of myself while I'm doing it. Remember, Dolly loves you. And I will see you guys later tonight. My average time, I usually are here about 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I do my call-in show. So we'll have a good one for you tonight because there's a lot of things going on from to Delphi stuff to Long Island serial killer to damn Brian Kohlberger to all kinds of shit. So we got plenty of stuff to talk about. And there's some missing people. We're going to start, bringing in some newer missing people. Probably something that flashes on the screen that shows missing people in certain areas. I want to bring that back. I used to do that back in the day. I would have a screen behind me, a little area behind me, and it would show just missing people, like the flyers for the missing people. And I'm going to bring that back because I think that's really important. You never know who's watching, where they're watching from, and just anything we can do to help. All right, guys, y'all be good. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.